really quick. Gavin mentioned this, and I know he's joking a little bit, but I did want to talk about this whole idea is that do you think this team is having too much pressure put on them just in general because it is considered a Super Bowl or bust type of year? To me, I just think that's too much to assume about a team that we saw lose the Super Bowl and go 6-10. I know
Yeah.
49ers fans have this great emotional connection to this team. They love seeing Jimmy Garoppolo go out there and win those games for them. But this team is not the same team as
Yeah.
2019. It's
No.
very different, actually. I mean, very different. So,
No.
what do you think about this whole mentality where it's Super Bowl or bust? To me, that's the kind of thing that I don't think this locker room will get torn apart. I don't think it will be a
No.
bad season in terms of the personalities. But if it were going to be an issue in the locker room or something like that, maybe it's because the franchise has created such high expectations for themselves. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Well, first off, I can only speak for myself here. I don't think this is a Super Bowl or bust year. I don't.
I agree.
I'm not going in with those expectations. I know.
And sorry to cut you off,
Yeah.
Vinny, but I
No,
just
go
want to
ahead.
make this pitch really quick to 49ers fans. They're not going to win the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. That's never going to happen. I'm firmly going to say that now. If they're going to win a Super Bowl, it's going to happen with Trey Lance. And if you look at the history of quarterbacks and of paying them, for the 49ers to actually win the Super Bowl with Trey Lance, they would have to do it in years 2 to 4 of Trey Lance's contract. That would be the sweet spot to do it. So the idea that they should be trying to win or have a Super Bowl or bust year this year, to me, that would actually be counterintuitive to the way you would want to build a real playoff contender where I think too many teams focus on, oh, can we win a Super Bowl now rather than when is our Super Bowl window? To me, the whole idea of roster construction and getting these rookie quarterbacks is that you can artificially create a Super Bowl window. 49ers have done that. I just don't know if they're going to buy into that Super Bowl window, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there's a difference between having a Super Bowl or bust year and having a winning year.
Yeah.
I think there's more pressure on them to have a winning season this year than winning a Super Bowl this year. Because I'm one of those guys that thinks that I think they have to. I think they kind of have to have a winning season this year.
I think they should at least make the playoffs. Honestly.
Yeah, but because then you're talking about, you talk about pressure, right? That's real pressure in year 2 if you don't have a winning season, and that's for the last 5 seasons with a losing head coach and Kyle Shanahan. And then if it happens again the following year, obviously we don't know what's going to happen in 2 years. As tough as it is to say, Kyle Shanahan would at the very least be on the hot seat, because then that's 5 out of the 6 losing seasons, and most coaches would be out by then. So obviously I don't hope that happens. I don't think it will happen, but that's the scenario. That's something that could happen.
That's super fair to bring up, but I think a lot of fans are agreeing with us. They're saying it doesn't have to be Super Bowl or bust right now. And Ekim brought this up too. The idea that this is a revenge tour 2.0 or revenge tour 3. Whatever you want to call it at this point, to me, that's the reason the 49ers are where they are right now. It's because they bought in to that revenge tour mentality, and they're like, oh, we're going to keep bringing it back. And hey, we lost Emmanuel Sanders, we'll draft Brandon Ayuk. We lost DeForest Buckner, we'll draft Javon Kinlaw. We lost Joe Staley, we'll pick up Trent Williams. Rather than looking at your team and trying to get better, it seems like the last offseason the 49ers decided we just want to build the same team that we had last year. We had the formula. We were so close. And Tommy brought up a really great point. No, not the revenge tour, just the freaking stay healthy tour. I mean, really, I feel like that's what, Vinny, you're talking about the 49ers having a losing season, right? I think the only way that happens is if they sustain a decent amount of injuries, right? To me, I feel like with the roster, with not on offense and defense, the 4th place schedule, there's no reason even like to me, the worst case scenario, like even if it got as bad as possible, to me would be like an 8-8 or 8-9, 9-8 season, right? That would be like the floor to me. But
Yeah.
I feel like this 49ers team is much better than that.
Yeah.
Much
And
better than like a 6-10 type team like they were last
Yeah.
season.